Hey everyone, and welcome back to the motorhome. No, we're not taking a trip.
Unfortunately.
But recently we were contacted by a viewer asking us some questions about our Tiffin open road gas motorhome, and they live in the area, so we're meeting them over here to kind of show them a few things. But it made me think, when we were first shopping for a motorhome, one of the things that we really wondered about was a gas motorhome and how noisy it was going to be.
Yeah.
And how slow. People have asked us, why didn't we buy a diesel?
Yeah, and really the probably the biggest factor was cost. It costs a lot more to start with, and then it also costs more for maintenance, and it's harder to find a place that can do the maintenance.
At least around here it is.
Yeah, and it's also harder to find the diesel fuel, and you also have to deal with DEF.
Now, to be fair, we have had a diesel motorhome.
Right.
We had it a few years ago, and it was not new. It was used.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great experience, but there's definitely some advantages, but there were more disadvantages to our way of thinking.
And the other thing is, as we've watched and traveled, having a diesel doesn't mean you're always going to be able to go up the mountains faster than a gas. It depends on the size of your diesel and the size of your rig,
and what you're hauling, what you're pulling. Yeah.
Right.
Because we have passed diesels.
Yes, we have. But we've also had diesels pass us.
Right. And that's okay.
Yeah.
We're retired. We're not in a hurry. We're not in a hurry. So one of the questions that we really had that I couldn't find an answer to before we bought our motorhome was, how loud is it? So when we were driving back from Oregon down into California, there's a lot of hills. It was that we were climbing for a really long time, and then we go back down, and we
it
go
was
back
just up and down,
really
up and down.
long. And so while we were driving, I turned the camera on and we videoed the sound while we talked. And so that's what you're going to hear in this video, is what does a gas motorhome sound like, and can you talk over it without shouting at each other?
Right.
So take a look. That is Mount Mazama. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Mount Mazama, which is where Crater Lake is. So that's where we were yesterday. Going south on I-5 in Oregon, heading to California. We're currently going 45 up this hill. Speed limit is going down to 40, and we can carry on a conversation. We have cars passing us, but we're not having any trouble.
There's a lot more ups and downs in Oregon than there are in Rockies, in our experience.
And they're longer. This is a long uphill stretch. We haven't reached the summit yet, and you can see there's some construction, so that's probably going to slow us down a little bit more. So we're continuing to climb. Now we're in uphill and construction, but we're still doing fine. So
We're going 40, which is the speed limit.
right. So nobody can go any faster anyway. They couldn't pass us, and
Couldn't go faster.
You can't go past us. So basically, if you want to know how a gas motorhome will do, try coming to Oregon. It's a pretty good test. In conclusion, I guess.
You can talk and carry on a conversation. Is it a little bit louder going uphill? Yes, but it's not that bad.
Is it a little slower going up a hill?
Yep.
But not that bad. Not enough to worry about.
Yeah. Most of the time, you're not driving. You're living in it. So if the floor plan works for you, that's probably the biggest aspect, is if the floor plan works for you, then that's going to be a good motorhome for you.
We just find this to be it's a very livable floor plan for us. We really like it. We have done some modifications. You'll see there's plenty of other videos that we've got. We've done the batteries. We've changed out the seating. We took out the shower door. I don't know if we ever did put that video out.
No, I don't think we did.
There's a number of mods we've made, but nothing major. And I guess the batteries are pretty major.
That sofa was pretty major too.
That's true. And the solar panels on the roof. We've done some good things, but nothing that is because we absolutely hated it. It was like, well, we'd like this a little bit better.
Yeah.
But noise-wise and speed-wise, we have no problem at all. And we don't work for Tiffin. We have nothing to do with Tiffin other than we love their products.
And there's lots of other gas-powered motorhomes out there as well. And I'm sure that most of them are built on the Ford chassis, which is what we've got here. And so they're going to have a similar sound and performance.
Right, exactly. But it's nothing that you can't, if there was somebody else in the motorhome watching TV, like kids in the back or something, you'd be able to hear it with no problem.
And I think most of the kids these days are going to have the
They're going
headphones
to have their
anyways.
headphones in anyway, so it's not going to be a problem. But even if they didn't, you can still hear it. So it does not cause, you don't have to shout at each other, and it's great. We love it. So if you have any questions or comments for us, or if you have a different experience, leave us a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe.
And press the like button and ring the bell so you can get notified.
You bet. You take care.
Bye.